Hey guys, GP03 here, bringing you a miniature video for Gundam-A-Thon. So what is this video going to be about? Well, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite main Gundams. What that basically means is I'm going to go ahead and count down my favorite Gundams that are piloted by the main characters in the franchise. As such, there will be no secondary Gundams or anti-hero Gundams on the list. That being said, let's get this list started. But I do have two rules that I want to go over. 1. No RX-78. Why? Because I feel it's in a class of its own. Second, no G-Self as well. Because I feel that Reconquista in G is too new and I had not formed a full opinion on the G-Self. So, let's get started.
Sorrow, the trembling sorrow.
Number 10, the Strike Gundam from Gundam Seed. While the Strike Gundam is pretty much a reimagining of the first Gundam, having the same colors and overall design, it does have one thing that makes it stand out. Its really cool gimmick. I really love how it can switch its backpack for different combat situations, and it did some admittedly really cool things in the series. Had some good battles, and all in all, I really did like the Strike Gundam as well as its variations. It may be the lowest on my list, but I thought it was a cool Gundam despite that. Number 9. The EW version of Wing Zero from Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. I can hear the Wing fanboys already screaming and cursing in my head for putting this Gundam low on the list. But let's be honest folks, while EW Wing Zero looks freaking awesome and angelic and all, it didn't do much in Endless Waltz. It had a fight with the Ultron and blew up a bunker. That's it. The sole reason I'm putting it on the list is because I'm a sucker for the design, and I will admit it has some really cool powerful weapons, even if they are poorly explained. Seriously, where does the Buster Rifle get all that energy from? All in all, it's a really cool looking Gundam, but incredibly overrated and underwhelming for me to put it higher on my list. Number 8. God Gundam from G Gundam. Let's be honest, most of the Gundams in G Gundam look terrible and just flat out ridiculous. Though in a sea of awkward looking Gundams lies the badass melee king of the main Gundams, God Gundam. Equipped with over the top moves like the God Finger, the Burning Slash Typhoon, and the devastating Sekiya Tenyoken, the God Gundam is really a formidable machine. I originally didn't like this Gundam all that much back in the day, though since then, the design and abilities it has really grew on me. I may not be the biggest fan of it, but still very badass and memorable. Number 7. Zeta Gundam from Zeta Gundam. The Zeta Gundam was the first transformable Gundam in the franchise, and as such it shows off some really impressive abilities, like having a beam rifle that doubles as a beam spear, a grenade launcher stored in both of his arms, a beam mega launcher, and of course, its unique ability to become more powerful as the pilot's new type powers become more concentrated. The design of the Zeta is really unique to me, being very sleek, and it just feels like a dominant mech in the 80s. The Zeta Gundam is definitely a classic Gundam in my eyes, but we got 6 more to talk about that I like even better. Number 6. Gundam Exia from Gundam 00. What are the things that I like about Exia? Well, let's see. Giant badass blade, unique sleek looking design, and it has some of the most memorable battles in the franchise. Sure, the 00 Gundam may be the stronger mobile suit, but I find a strange charm to Exia, and while I originally didn't care for it, as I see it in action more and more, I just started to really grow an attachment to the Gundam. Oh, and its repair variant is awesome! Number 5. The new Gundam from Char's Counterattack. The new Gundam may look simple, having fin funnels and all, but it can do some very impressive stuff, like forming a beam barrier, having a hidden beam saber, awesome battles with a Sazabi, and let's not forget his iconic moment in the climax of the movie. The new Gundam is one of my personal favorite Gundams, based on just the insane things it can do alone. Thus, it takes the number 5 spot. Number 4. Gundam XX from Gundam X. Simply put, imagine the Wing Zero, but more balanced and not as overpowering. That is what the XX is to me. Sure, it's still a very powerful mobile suit, mostly thanks to its satellite cannon, but it's much more balanced since the cannon needs to charge. But when it does, holy shit, you're in a world of hurt. I also like how, unlike most main Gundams, the XX has a black color scheme, rather than the normal red, white, and blue colors that most main Gundams have. Overall, the XX is a very interesting Gundam that is highly underrated, and I wish it was more appreciated. Number 3. Turn A Gundam from Turn A Gundam. Yeah, why is the Turn A so high on your list? It's the most ugliest Gundam in the history of forever. Really? To you I say, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, the Turn A may not look like what you expect from a Gundam, but the design is so interesting and unique, it really doesn't matter to me. Plus the Turn A can do some batshit insane stuff. Nuclear bombs inside its chest, a chest that fires beam sprays, the ability to teleport, and of course, its dreaded Moonlight Butterfly. The Turn A is now one of my favorite Gundams ever, and rightfully so. Thus, it's placed high on my list. Number 2. Gundam F91 from Gundam F91. Small, yet effective. That's the slogan for Gundam F91. It's a very small mobile suit, but its offense is kick-ass. Equipped with a beam bazooka, beam cannons mounted on its back, mastery of the spinning beam saber attack, and of course, the biocomputer system, which allows it to actually shed metal to create after images to fake out enemies. If that isn't creative, I don't know what is. I love the F91's design and its abilities all around. Thus, it's my second favorite main Gundam of all time. So what is my number 1? Well, you're about to find out. But first, honorable mentions. Number 1. Gundam Unicorn from Gundam Unicorn. At first, the Gundam Unicorn looks very plain, appearing to be a white GM-type mobile suit with an odd-looking horn. But when it transforms, it becomes the embodiment of everything that defines Gundam. Powerful beam magnum, beam Gatling guns, the ability to hold 4 beam sabers, bazookas. The Unicorn practically has it all. I love the transformation gimmick, I love the arsenal, I love the abilities it possesses, and the design is genius to me. Gundam Unicorn truly stands out compared to the rest of the other Gundams in the franchise. Thus, I can definitely say that to me, it is truly the Gundam of Gundams. Thanks for watching, tune in next time.